In my last video, we covered They Know Who They Are and introduced ourselves to the world of DM DOKURO. Maybe you even listened to some of the album. I hope. In any case, we ain't seen nothing yet. This time we're gonna explore some of his other projects and their lore, and also the first track for Shadow of Light 3, which happens to be my favorite song of all time, and I do feel this is important to display. First, a little prelude to Shadow of Light and what it actually is. According to Dokuro, Shadow of Light 1 and 2 are what happens when you want to process your thoughts into music, but just don't have the experience or ability to do so. Huh, sounds familiar. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Shadow of Light, and I've listened to it quite a bit. Doesn't change the fact that the first song of Shadow of Light 3 is the best. We also know that some Shadow of Light 3 will be about content from Shadow of Light 1 and 2, just that it will be much better interpreted. As far as Still Here goes though, we got this saying he wouldn't post it to YouTube. Interestingly though, he ended up changing his mind, apparently after a lot of panic attacks and therapy. Anyways, listen to this tumultuous conversation. Once you listen to the rest of this thing, it's no wonder he had 2 panic attacks from working on it. Like, where do I even begin with this one? Listening to this song makes me feel things that I shouldn't feel, and you're gonna be like, wow, ooh, cringe. But according to Dokuro himself on the Ferrofluid video, it's not hard. Let's check out this freeze frame at exactly 5 minutes into the Oliver version. Pause right now if you want to read it. The gist of this song is that there's 2 voices, the coward and the demon. We'll touch on this demon later, I'm not really sure where else they show up, but the bargaining of these 2 entities is really something. The song was conceived from a failed project, and we also get this important PSA on religion. There's also a cover of this song with Celeria, and this coda-eyed thing shows up often, and it's interesting that they mimic Celeria in this case. There's a lot about mimics in Dokuro's work, and we're not sure exactly which mimics are the same person, but let's shelf that and instead check out this other terrifying freeze frame. Why did they switch places? What is Celeria doing? What is the harsh sun? This whole song bleeds with self-hatred, and I really hope Dokuro is doing alright, because if the other songs on Shadow of Light 3 are going to be nearly as good, I want to be around for it. Quick tangent, while I was researching these, I came across our favorite site ever. Remember Genius? Wait, Still Here by DM Dokuro is written by DM Dokuro? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. No, it couldn't be. The SoundCloud description talks a lot about self-hatred and not really knowing where it came from. Harsh sun, cruel moon is an analogy used often here too. Anyways, I could go on and on about Still Here, but there's so little Dokuro is revealed that I don't want to make any assumptions about where any of it's going. For now, just know that this demon exists and you have a song to listen to. I want to touch on this EP that even Dokuro fans might not have heard before. It's 2 tracks, and one is very loud, so be careful listening. Uploaded in 2023 of March, these songs have unsettling descriptions with repeating themes of how many times must I do this? Am I even doing the right thing anymore? I think this Tumblr post is about it. It was 4 months prior to the release, and It Will Never Be Enough have a similar theme. Now let's move on to Ferrofluid. I want to talk about these 7 works because a lot of them connect to the next video where the lore gets far too deep for our own good, but some of these we'll just touch on. Let's start with the main tracks, and goodness that credits section is creepy. This comment on theme of reality is pretty telling. Ferrofluid is trying to separate Dokuro from his fantasy world. We're gonna get to the fantasy world and who reality is a little more in part 3, but there are some things we need to discuss. Reality and Ferrofluid are the same entity, and his mission makes sense given his name. This comment was on To Live Lies, and that came out 2 years after Ferrofluid, so it supports this as well. It's almost like evidence that Reality succeeded. There's also these descriptions on Bandcamp and SoundCloud, and this tag supports Michelini theories. From the SoundCloud, we also get this cool picture. It's so lovely I made it my Discord profile. The pinned comment on theme of Reality is interesting too. Is Reality good for what he's doing? Bandcamp describes Reality as the one she sent. Well, who the hell is she? No clue. Even DOKURO tells us we don't know. We'll get to more on Reality next video because there is a lot more to cover. Next up is Action and Consequence. Apparently not even Reality enjoys his own company. The description of this one on both SoundCloud and YouTube reads the following. Action and consequence, those who are willing to take both in stride are the most successful in life. Why aren't you? We get this nice comment, but besides a lovely build-up, we don't know a ton. Now on to Failure. This is a song in which failure splits a mind in half, and the other half is making itself visibly known. We also get this juicy lore. Are the two halves reality and not reality? Is the mimic reality? Is the end of the world the end of Galisa? Also this peculiar text. I tried every translation algorithm I could think of and couldn't find anything. It might just be gibberish, it might be a code, it might be nothing. A great summary of Ferrofluid is below. Every horrible emotion is on display, and to think that that was just the beginning, they know who they are and Shadow of Light 3 would soon follow. This Tumblr post simply describes it as a vent album. This image is unsettling. There's a hella lot to unpack with Merciful. Now this character is definitely reality. And summarized, this comment from DOKURO talks about Barbados fighting reality, losing, and then witnessing a vision of the end of his world. So DOKURO has an upcoming song in They Know Who They Are called Mimic, but it is confirmed that it is a totally different Mimic. But reality is fighting DOKURO and seems to be winning. The first comment on the Ferrofluid full album tells us Merciful is from another unspecified album. And this kind of confirms in my head that reality and Coda Person are two different entities. It also makes me wonder who Coda Guy is. There's a lovely summary of this song right here. And there's 3 more songs that I want to talk about briefly. According to SoundCloud, Descent has some lore that we don't know yet. For now, this is just a song where DOKURO starts plunging into his problems. This song is also connected somehow. The hexadecimal even translates to Descent, and the ending has a part of Action and Consequence. I'm just not sure how it all fits, except for this unsettling Tumblr post that implies DOKURO sampled his own screams. Lastly, this teaser. Confused? Let's reverse it. It's definitely the same entity from Still Here. It was also uploaded right after Still Here. Based on its description and upload date, it's probably Song 2 from Shadow of Light 3. When translated from base 64, and the code in the description says, it watched the disgusting composer rot for long enough. It needed to get his attention somehow. This character will probably be much more relevant in Shadow of Light 3. We'll stop right there, but I've been teasing Galisa and its characters and not expounding upon them. This is because with the amount of data we have, they'd really deserve their own video. They're all connected to these songs and each other, so stay tuned. I'll see you next time.